This video is going to cover NKBA Kitchen Guidelines number 17 through 20. If you're looking for guideline number 16, well, I got a little ahead of myself and included it in the last video. So go back to the one that says 1 through 15. Kitchen Planning Guideline number 17. Here we're talking about your cooking surface landing area. Just like the sink, you would like a landing area next to the cooking surface so you can set items to either side. In this case, you need a 12-inch wide landing area and a 15-inch wide landing area minimum. Doesn't matter which side they're on. The depth of those landing areas is both 16 inches minimum, and I'm going to scroll down slightly. They should both be the same height as the cooking surface. This is a little bit different from the sink. In the sink, you could have one the same height and one a different height. For the cooking surface, we'd really rather have both landing areas be the same height as your cooking surface. Let me go back up just for a second here. Here is something slightly different. If you don't have a wall behind your cooking surface, if you've got a countertop that's at the same height as your cooking surface, you need a minimum of 9-inch landing surface there also. Take a look at this cooking surface that's in an island. We need a 9-inch deep landing zone just behind the your range top. If your island is two heights, for example, this countertop piece right here is higher than your cooktop, that, excuse me, that landing area does not apply. Here's one more rule that applies to this guideline. In certain conditions, if you've got a really tight kitchen, you don't want to put or can't put a landing area to one side of your cooktop. In that case, only put one landing area on one side, and be sure that this edge piece right here meets whatever requirements are set by the manufacturer of your particular stove. Here's Kitchen Planning Guideline number 18. We're talking about the clearance above your cooking surface. If you're placing a item that's designed to go above a cooktop, for example, a hood or a microwave hood, the minimum distance between your cooktop and that protected surface is 24 inches. If you're placing an unprotected surface, such as cabinets, either metal or wood cabinets, above your cooktop, you need a minimum of 30 inches of clearance. So that's 2.5 feet of clearance. Let's take a look at those code requirements. Not less than 30 inches to combustible material, and 24 inches, turn the page, is permitted when you've got non-combustible materials. However, if you've got over-the-range microwave units, you need to take a look at the manufacturer's limits. So take a look at this picture right here. If you've got a micro hood, here is your requirement. It's not 30 inches, it's or not 24 inches. It's the manufacturer specifications. How do you find out the manufacturer specifications? I've got an example for you. So here we go. I took a look at a particular microwave. I just picked one. Here we have a GE, JN, etc., etc., etc. Okay, this is just a random microwave hood that I picked for you. We're going to scroll down and take a look at the information available for this appliance. And I clicked on Manuals and Downloads and took a look here and went, ooh, quick specs. Well, I always like quick, so let's click on that. And here's what comes up. It's a PDF. It's got some mounting requirement, okay, and some size specifications. But I don't see the one that I'm looking for, the clearance from the cooktop. So I have to read through this information, and I find consult installation instructions. So going back to here, I have to go to installation instructions. And here they are. They're 48 pages long. Ugh, I don't want to read through all this. But luckily, what the information I'm looking for is most likely in a picture. So I'm going to scroll through. No. Hey, that looks like the information that I'm looking for. Mounting space. And take a look. Here's the cooktop. And to the bottom of the cabinet has to be 30 inches or more. Okay, and then the requirement is 66 inches or more to the top of the microwave. The microwave is 16. You can do the math, but in general, we have to follow these requirements right here. So whatever it is for your particular microwave is going to be what you need to follow. Kitchen planning guideline number 19 is talking about the ventilation of your cooking surface. In general, you're required to provide a correctly sized and ducted ventilation system for all cooking surface appliances. The recommended minimum is 150 CFM, which is cubic feet per minute. That's how much air is being moved through the system. This can happen in a couple of different ways. Here's some examples. Here's your cooking surface right here. This is a hood above, and it is ducted directly out the wall. That is if your cooking surface is on an exterior wall. Look, the air goes in here, it gets sucked out, gets blown out right there. All right. Here's another example. If your house has a crawl space underneath, here's your cooking surface. You get a downdraft ventilation system. It gets pulled through the crawl space and exhausted through the outside wall. And here is one more option. Here's your cooking surface. Here is your hood. The air is drawn through, pulled up, and exhausted through the roof. Any of these work. It's just a matter of where the closest and best location to exhaust your air to the exterior. But there's more information. Here's some code requirements. First of all, you have to check the manufacturer's installation instructions. I showed you how to do that with the last one. Second of all, the minimum exhaust rate is 100 CFM. Now remember, the NKBA guideline was a minimum of 150, but the code required minimum is 100. So you have to have 100. NKBA recommends 150. And then, turn the page. Range hoods have to be discharged to the outdoors. So you can't, for example, ventilate your cooking surface into the garage, into another room, into the attic, into the crawl space. It has to go to the outdoors. And so we talked about 100 being the minimum. 150 was a recommended minimum, but you can have more. Okay, if your exhaust system is going to be 400 or more, you're going to have to require makeup air. Makeup air isn't, pretty makeup you put on your face. It's making up the air that was taken outside. And so you have to actually provide air to your space. And there's a requirement for where this makeup air is provided. It has to be provided into the kitchen or into a room or system that directly connects to the kitchen. Okay, here's our last one for today. It's the kitchen planning guideline number 20 about cooking surface safety. First of all, don't put the cooking surface under an operable window. Fixed window, yes, sure. Not an operable window. Second of all, don't put flammable window coverings over your cooking surface. Okay. Third, a fire extinguisher should be placed near the exit of the kitchen, away from the cooking equipment. So you don't necessarily put it right next to your cooking equipment. What you do is put it on the exit of near the exit of your kitchen. And finally, don't install commercial cooking appliances in residential kitchens. Okay, there are tons of commercial looking appliances or commercial style, or they're in the commercial line but they're made specifically for residential, stick to those appliances and don't specify the commercial appliances. Thank you, everyone. See you in class this week.